On October 7, 2024, the world watched in horror as Hamas launched a multi-pronged assault on Israel. The attack was meticulously planned and executed with precision, catching everyone off guard. The attack, unprecedented in its scale and ferocity, shattered years of relative calm and plunged the region into chaos. Buildings were reduced to rubble, and the air was thick with the smoke of destruction.
Hamas fighters, infiltrating through tunnels, moved swiftly and with deadly intent, and by sea, wreaked havoc in Israeli towns and villages. Their coordinated efforts left a trail of devastation in their wake. The images, broadcast globally, shocked the conscience Israeli civilians caught off guard, fleeing for their lives. Families were torn apart and the streets were filled with panic and confusion. The attack marked a dangerous escalation in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, one with far-reaching implications. The world now watches anxiously, fearing what might come next in this volatile region.
Israel's response was swift and merciless. Vowing revenge, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared war on Hamas.
Israeli defense forces launched a withering bombing campaign targeting Hamas infrastructure in Gaza. Residential buildings suspected of housing Hamas operatives crumbled under the weight of Israeli bombs. The death toll mounted rapidly, with Palestinian civilians bearing the brunt of the violence. The international community, while condemning Hamas's aggression, expressed alarm at the escalating humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
Adding fuel to the fire, Hezbollah, the Iran-backed Shiite militia in Lebanon, opened a second front against Israel. Hezbollah, a formidable military force with a history of conflict with Israel, fired rockets into northern Israel. The attacks, while largely symbolic, raised fears of a wider regional conflagration.
Israel responded with artillery fire and airstrikes on Hezbollah positions in southern Lebanon. The situation threatened to spiral out of control, drawing Israel into a two-front war.
In a dramatic turn of events that shook the region, Hassan Nasrallah, the charismatic and influential leader of Hezbollah, was killed in a targeted Israeli airstrike, a move that stunned many. The assassination, considered a major coup for Israel, sent shockwaves through Lebanon and the entire Middle East region, causing widespread unrest.
Nasrallah, a revered and almost mythical figure among Hezbollah supporters, was seen as a powerful symbol of resistance against Israeli occupation and aggression. His sudden death left a significant void in Hezbollah's leadership, raising urgent questions about the group's future direction and stability.
Some analysts speculated that his demise might weaken Hezbollah's influence, while others feared it could trigger even greater violence and instability in an already volatile region. The international community watched closely, concerned about the potential for escalating conflict. Diplomatic efforts were ramped up in hopes of preventing further bloodshed and finding a path to peace. At the helm of Israel's response stood Benjamin Netanyahu, a leader whose name is synonymous with the nation's turbulent history. A figure no stranger to conflict, Netanyahu has been a central player in Israel's political and military landscape for decades. Serving his sixth term as Prime Minister, Netanyahu's tenure has been marked by both significant achievements and deep controversies. He has long been a polarizing figure, with his policies and decisions sparking intense debate both within Israel and internationally.
His hardline stance towards Hamas, characterized by a zero-tolerance approach to terrorism, and his unwavering commitment to Israeli security have defined his leadership. These policies have earned him both admiration from those who see him as a protector of the nation and condemnation from those who view his methods as too aggressive. Netanyahu's critics accuse him of fueling the cycle of violence, arguing that his actions have exacerbated tensions and undermined prospects for peace. They believe his approach has made it more difficult to achieve a lasting resolution to the conflict.
His supporters, however, praise his resolve in the face of terrorism, viewing him as a steadfast defender of Israel's interests. They argue that his unwavering defense of the nation has been crucial in maintaining Israel's security and sovereignty in a volatile region.